Hi, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome on in. Hi, I'm Magic Bun, and this is the first actual video that I am recording for YouTube with this brand new PC. So let me know what you think. I have a few little different things set up than a normal video. The sound should hopefully be better. The music, you should be able to hear music in the background. I got some lo-fi chilling in there, which is also linked in the description in case you also want that lo-fi playlist. The camera should be a bit better. We got that autofocus turned off, so I'm not constantly fighting against it. Now, I will say we have to be eye to eye for these videos. We gotta look at each other. I should be looking at the camera for that, but we gotta be looking at each other for these videos, okay? I don't have the ability at this time and moment to have this camera and then a face down camera. It has to be one or the other, and this is easier to do at the moment. Okay, so yeah, welcome on in. This is exciting. This is new, and I'm really happy to be doing this. We're getting back into the groove of things. Technology is working with us, although it's Mercury retrograde, but this has been planned before that, so it doesn't count. Okay, so no worries about Mercury retrograde, but you never know if technology messes up. Hopefully this video comes out just fine. I only have one major announcement, actually a reminder and an announcement. By the time this video goes out, I already have started posting in my Discord. The reminder is I have a Discord. If you're interested in tarot, astrology, just chatting with other members of a community as we rebuild this community and build it to be interactive. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff in the Discord, hanging out together. A lot of stuff on Twitch is in the plans. It's in the works to go back to Twitch eventually as well. We're just trying to get YouTube back to where I need it to be in form of routine. But if you want to keep updated with everything that is going on, feel free to join the Discord, and the link for that is all in the description. Everything will be linked in the description box, including Ko-fi memberships, booking a reading with me through Ko-fi, and the most important one for this week coming up for May 5th is the full moon in Scorpio, which is what this whole video is about. So this is going to be a smaller reading. It will not be a full reading. I reserve that for full and new moons for my group rituals. That we do a whole bunch of cards, a whole bunch of oracles. We have a mini sound bath in the beginning. We have a moon activation that we say together. It is a live that I do here on YouTube that you get the link to when you secure your spot on my website. It's for $11.11. You can also join one of the Ko-fi memberships depending if you want to just be around for every new moon, or if you want to be for every new moon and full moon. It's like a discounted price if you go for the full moon package, because then you get the new moon and full moon for $16.16, and every month, as long as the payments go through, you are included in both rituals, so you don't have to remember to keep signing up. There's also petitions that you can do, and you can also, if you're not able to partake in the group ritual, you still join the Discord. You can still submit a petition just so you can have it written. It is for your own benefit, and just to hang out with the community, everyone who's doing petitions for whatever, if it's the new, or in this case, the full moon. Okay, so in particular, let me just tell you a little bit about the details for this full moon. Everything will be described in the description box, so if you want to skip forward, just get right to this mini reading. You know, some energy, some flowing, what we need to know and prepare for this full moon in Scorpio. You know, you can just skip over to that one. But for the full moon ritual, like I said, it's a fun ritual. It's a fun time. You don't have to be live for the reading to accept the magic. You can watch the reading whenever it is good for you to read it. I have to remember, camera's there. Oh my gosh, it's all right. Still getting used to the setup. I had to change things in my OBS around. Okay, so but yeah, so we start things off with the sound bath, kind of clear that energy, clear the air, start our, opening, our opening activation, and then there is spell words that you can use that night. It will all be in the description of the video. It changes just for new and full moon, not per sign, but new and full moon currently, because it's a new thing. We're always adding more to the group rituals. Okay, and it's just a live reading. And then the candle magic happens afterwards. That doesn't happen on the live. That happens afterwards, where I say the petitions. I say those spell words that you're able to say that night if you would like to. You have the same access to that that I'll be using. And what we're focusing in with this death and decay for Scorpio is transformation. Because full moons are kind of about releasing, it's cleansing, it's giving you a clean slate and allowing something to disintegrate so something new can grow in its place. Like when the new moon comes in, and the new moon is like your starting base, and you're going to rebuild something, or you're going to bring in more abundance as the moon grows full, and it's like that ongoing cycle. So it's death and decay because it brings in new life and new energy. So this is also because we're dealing with the energy of Scorpio. This is releasing us from emotional bonds. This is releasing us from secrets. This is knowing the truth, bringing the truth into the light. This is being more aware and wanting to cut those toxic relationships. This is emotional manipulation. This is for those who want to get rid of self-sabotage, because you're becoming more aware of your self-sabotage and what you need to do to put the work in. This is the spiritual side to go in with the side of you that is actively working on these problems, okay? This is to activate success and change, okay? And bring you more emotional balance. You know, we're dealing with the tarot card for this occurrence, not just the death card for transformation, the death card in the major arcana, but we are dealing with the King of Cups, okay? He is a master of emotions. He is emotional intelligence, realizes when something is fulfilling to him and able to help with others and heal others. He's a master healer. So this is about you being able to put that time, though, that Scorpio energy is time into yourself, where you need it, where you realize that you're being manipulated. You need to cut those relationships. You need to cut out the drama, okay? Get rid of the roadblocks that are restricting the success that you can be doing forth. But it's something that you're interested in partaking in. You want to, join the group ritual. Everything will be linked down below, and you can secure your spot on the Ko-fi website, okay? All right, let's get into the reading for today. Let me start shuffling the deck right here. I know this is going to be something that's kind of new. I think I used to do this, but I never really did this for videos. I used to do this for just my private readings when I was recording off my phone. And also my Mac had a built-in camera, so I was able to do that, but it's made to be just like how this camera is chilling right here. So sorry if it's weird that I'm not looking in. I made one change. I don't want to change it while I'm recording right now because I don't want to mess everything else up. But I made one change, and I was really good about looking at the camera like this, but now I moved one thing, and now it looks like I'm always not looking. It looks like if I was on Twitch, it would make more sense. So that could be a hint right there. Oh, and I'm so excited for more Twitch content. Like I said, we're going to ease into it. I don't want to do too much at once and get burnt out. And I think it's a really good balance to have to try to incorporate just a bit of new routines into here in a matter of work. I do a lot of planning behind the scenes, a lot of writing behind the scenes, and stuff like written in the Discord that will be going up there shortly. And a lot of time, my effort actually goes into the group rituals. Making sure they're a priority, okay? So let us find out from spirit, from your guides, from everyone who is here, who's watching this video, looking for guidance. What is it that you need to know? What is it that we need to know about this full moon in Scorpio? Forgot to move. I have a little mouse cushion. Let me just move that over. I need more space on my mat. I need to move my mouse too. I have a little bit of a smaller mat now with this new setup. All right, here we go. The first card to pop out is the Chariot. The Chariot is Cancer energy. It's more water energy. We're going to be in for this full moon in Scorpio is a water sign. So we have the Chariot wanting to be set on the right path. We have the mind of victory. We're trying to bring in order to the chaos, calm, certainty, discipline, willpower. That's where our mind is. A challenge, though, is we have the Devil card. This is some Capricorn energy, which is interesting between the Chariot and, here we go, and the devil, because if you know Cancer and Capricorn, they're sister signs, they're like opposing signs, you know, that water and earth energy. But Capricorn comes in as the devil, might be more of like when you're being too strict on yourself, because we have also the star in reverse, which is Aquarius energy. We have got all major arcana for the first row we got going on here. Very interesting with this. But again, with that devil card, it could be because more of there's not a good balance. Like you went into this being put on a certain path and there's illusions. You may be having I want to say not high expectations, but the wrong type of expectations. You're not going to want to put in the work in the right space. Okay, that kind of like it. And also, because I'm also thinking, because we're in Mercury retrograde, this is more of the time of revising your plans, right? This is about looking on the path that you're taking with that Chariot card and really understanding, are you putting the right amount of discipline and willpower in the right things, or is this something that's kind of like darkening skies to you? You feel hopeless, you feel like you're alone, you don't feel like you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, that you're putting all this work in, but what do you see with it? You know, what hope do you have? What wishes are you doing this? Also, are you doing these wishes for somebody else versus for yourself? Because we also have with the Chariot is wanting to move away from, like, this is an example, like there should be like another illustrations, there would be a city in the background of the Chariot, and that's like moving away and trying and treading your own path, right? You feel like this roadblock, this could be self-sabotage, like when you start getting successful and you feel like you don't know where the path is going to lead because it's unaware, you're not sure of the bigger picture. Like Aquarius energy is seeing that bigger picture. They're about community, they're about society and humanity. It'd be feeling more along the lines of like, if I don't see the outcome, I'm going to stop it. Hard stop. I'm going to end the project. I'm going to, sorry, I might have to fix this. I don't know if you even noticed, if anyone's watching, like if you're watching this and it starts shaking. I was hitting the table, so excuse me for that. I'm not even sure if it was even noticeable, but it was to me. But it's like more of like putting a hard stop, because if you don't know where the outcome is going to go to, it's wanting to have that moment of self-sabotage. And this is what we're trying to have, those destructive habits. We're trying to end those, because we're becoming more aware of that as an ongoing pattern, okay? These destructive patterns. Okay. We actually have the Death card. Not too shocking, because this is the full moon in Scorpio. So we have Scorpio energy coming in through with this Death card. And this is about a transformation. This is sitting right underneath that Chariot energy, deep energy. This is going deep within the soul, not being too scared. Like Aquarius, that energy, like pouring the water is it's like getting into the water, getting into that deep healing. Okay, realizing things have to change. It's going to be scary. It's going to be scary because you want to be in a set and a comfortable routine, but does this routine bring you the happiness that you want? Is it bringing you those actions? We have the Knight of Swords. This is Gemini energy. This could also be related to Aquarius and Libra energy, but I personally associate it specifically when I'm looking at this with Gemini energy in my readings, okay? And that is wanting a message. This could also be a message that you don't want to hear right now. You're trying to also, how it's a combating, the horses are trying to go head to head on this. Like Death is sitting there, like Death is like, change is going to happen whether you want it or not. You might as well be in control of it though. You might as well try to move with it, go with the flow of the outcome and see how you can adapt and change. But there is like this thought in your mind, because we're dealing with a sword card here. It's like a thought in your mind, and this can come from like a position of power, maybe like the devil on your shoulder. Think of it that way, with the devil being right above that Gemini thing. It's the shoulda, coulda, woulda, the what if it goes wrong, what if it doesn't happen the way I plan it to happen, what if something and it's like, how many times can you do this where it is an exhaustion? You're exhausting your mental resources and you're fighting against something that you can't fight against. Like it's going to happen. Okay, we have two cards coming out here. Our crowning card, we put that to the side. Okay, we have the Four of Swords, another swords card coming out here, and then we have the 10 of Pentacles, some of that grounding energy. So we have air signs. We did have one wand, so one card for fire, although argue, well, it's Scorpio is a water sign, but in traditional astrology, it is ruled by Mars. Mars rules over both Aries and Scorpio in that energy, you know. So, and we just came from like an Aries, Aries season, Aries new moon, and now we're going into Scorpio. So we kind of see like that fiery energy being brought into here. But with this Four of Swords, it's like taking a deep rest, hanging out with friends next to that Ten of Cups. Like, you're going to find abundance in friendship. You're not actually, I also get the feeling like you're not alone. You're just stressed. And I know stress is like very difficult. Depending on what the stress level is, depending on the type of person you are, it can be very stressful on how you handle that, right? But this is more along the lines of hanging out with friends, hanging out with community members that you can bounce ideas off of, that you can find like that you're just gonna hit and play games. This is also about spending time with your family, your chosen family, you know, wanting to have a meal with them, sit down with them, like feel this abundance and family around you. That's where you're gonna kind of ease that stress, because we have as our crowning card the Four of Wands in reverse. So this kind of tells me you haven't been celebrating your small wins. You may be sleeping on, because we have 2 4s in here. We've got like the Emperor energy sticking through, which is connected to Aries. It's kind of like where it's all aligning, coming together, is that we have that Aries energy. And that Aries energy is like, you know, discipline and willpower. We're going to build something that is going to withstand the test of time. And it's like, you know, you're ready for those actions, but you have to like, you have to see where your victories are. You're taking things slowly. You're taking things one step at a time to get to this progress, because Pentacles is slow energy. And I definitely get the feeling you don't want it to be slow. You want it to be on board. You want to be like done. You want it to be, I want my success and I want it now. I want my abundance. I want my change now. I don't see how this is going to bring me that. And it's kind of like always like that, because you're not being consistent with this change, with this project, with this opportunity, with this job that you're working on, with this, you know, new path that you're trying to put in front of you, that it's doomed to fail, because you're not giving it the chance to grow. You're constantly always like double guessing, triple you know, double guessing, and your work, double guessing. I can't think of the word I'm trying to say. Okay, we are gonna bring in at least one oracle with this mini reading. Where are we at? Okay, we're only a little bit, I'm trying to keep these pretty short, within 20 minutes or so. So according to my OBS, I've been, this is about like 17 minutes long so far. It was just a little bit longer because of talking about the group ritual. That may not happen for each one, but it probably will, because I'm going to try to do these consistently for new and full moons, because I want you to have something, even if you are not participating in the group ritual. I highly recommend it, of course. Like, I think it's really great, but if you can't and you can just enjoy this and it gives you some sort of guidance, that is perfectly fine. Let me know in the comments below also what you thought of this. Okay, let me grab this oracle deck right here. So you are here, I think that's the name of it. Either way, I really like this one. It can provide us a little bit more of like where we're at right now, where we want to be, what will help you get there. And of course, I'll also start bringing back the pick-up piles. I just wasn't sure how I was going to do it with this type of setup. Just for now, it's a lot easier when it's the camera facing down. But we'll get back to pick-up piles. I may do mini ones like for a YouTube short, like pick card 1, card 2 type of thing, because they'll only be like a minute long. So definitely follow along and look to the shorts, you know, or I might do like really small mini videos with a few cards, at least just starting out. Then we'll get more in depth as we continue, especially if we'll find out what type of readings people enjoy more. So far, we only have the first one here. And this is where we're at, like right now. This is broken elevator. Your shadows are showing themselves. Your shadow self, fears, and negative thoughts. This is exactly what we're saying about this reading. It's like the devil on your shoulder that's feeding you these negative thoughts. And it's like trying to get out of this mental loop, trying to set yourself free from it. You may want to look towards doing positive affirmations where you can see the light of things. You need to hang out with people and need to talk about this. You may need to seek professional help, right? You need to sit down and just speak to someone. I feel like you also might need to journal and write down what it is that, you know, you feel like you've been successful in, and something even that you can go back and reflect on later. Oh, the words on here as well, I don't know if you caught that. It says, am I enough? It's that questioning thing. Like, am I enough? Am I doing enough? Am I setting myself up for success or self-sabotage? Once more, start recognizing those patterns. Try not to shake the table. It did it again. I'm going to have to fix that. Figure that out. You may have to split the deck, and 2 more cards don't want to come out here. Oh, never mind. Okay, where do we want to be? We have the halfway point, meet in the middle. This says compromise, common ground, and reconciliation. Meeting in the halfway point. And I definitely think this is progress. This is like trying to get from point A, which is also interesting because, like I said, we have the Chariot, which is being on a path. You want to already be at your halfway point. You want this progress to be quickly. And Death comes in and says, until you can shed more things to get it off your plate, you can't, like, you're taking on too much. You're trying to do too much and looking too much at the details versus the bigger picture. You know, that's why we have this Knight of Swords, because they deal with daily activities. They deal with daily things, daily messages, versus a King, which is why we see the Emperor kind of like in the background. He's connected to all the Kings of the tarot, right? And we're dealing with the King of Cups energy. We have to be looking at the bigger picture. What will actually bring you fulfillment? Do you need to rest? You need to, and also with this card with the Four of Swords, sometimes it's depicted in illustrations where there is 1 sword underneath the person and 3 swords up top. And that is always kind of like it. Well, in my readings has always been implied because you're taking one thought down at a time, analyzing this thought, deciding, are you keeping it? Are you discarding it? What are you doing? You're meditating on this, right? In silence and letting it absorb and giving it the space for these thoughts to like to fester in a way, to find out, like, is it festering? Is it something that's infecting the rest of my life? I need to discard it, get rid of it, release myself from it. It is doing me no good here. But if it's a thought that something like this has potential, I can keep up with it. Like, it's not bringing me any stress. It's, you know, it may be something hard to work on, but it's something that I want to deal with, then you would keep it. You know, you keep it in like in the card, you keep the sword up there. You just don't add more, because we know if we follow in the swords, in the suit of the swords, it's like more swords equals more problems. You know, the Ten of Swords is it's not one of the happiest cards. Well, it's a way, it's not happy, but it's like, thank God it's over type of energy. Okay. Nope, that was too many cards. That was like half the deck. Again, you may notice a little jump between that and this clip right here. I went to grab the cards and I accidentally hit my keyboard, and this is me finding out that if I hit the space bar on my keyboard, it stops the recording. I happened to glance at my computer, glance at it, and saw this as recording saved to this folder, and I was like, what do you mean saved? I wasn't finished. Like, I still have the cards in here. I still only have these two, literally seconds away. We're just gonna go back into it, and it'll be a weird thing, but just know that's all that happened. Oh my god! So now I lost all my time and traction, like my thought, because I was just looking at it like, what? Now I'm like, stop messing up my groove. Okay, we're gonna split the deck for this one, because like now I don't want cards to fly out and hit that, because I need to find new space. for need to find a new space for my keyboard. I can't have it that close. Okay, so what card will help us like progress and get to where we want to be in that halfway point? We have Crystal Waterfalls. This is so pretty. Clear your mind and cleanse your soul. Healing, cleansing, and recharging. This is grounding energy, grounding your thoughts. This is that deep healing with the star, and this is that resting of the Four of Swords. These are your invitations, especially when you've had that devil on your shoulder for so long, you've had something buzzing in your mind for so long. You need to like, I need quiet, I need to sit, I need to relax, I need to have that cleansing moment. This could also be because we have a full moon in the background of this card, right? Like obviously like right there, oh shit, right there, that big card. This is your moment to maybe do a cleansing bath. You can do that, a cleansing shower on the night of the full moon, either the night before, the night afterwards, whenever you have the time, even the week, you know, of the full moon happening. Like do your best, but you do it when you can do it. You have that cleansing moment when it's good for you, right? So it's also that recharge. This is a night of self-care. Like if you can have that nice bath, shower, and moisturize afterwards, lounge in the bed, and like also just like doll up the bath, surround yourself with crystals, put some petals, you know, in there, you know, get some flowers, burn a candle if it's safe to do so. Like, you know, like make it an event, make it for you, make it for that moment to start this deep healing. Journal afterwards. Maybe you want to journal before because you want to get all your thoughts on a piece of paper, and then when you get in that bath you just want to relax, or that shower, and you just want like the hot water to wash everything away. Visualize it washing that energy away so that you can start things anew. And then the card, this is like the shadow card. This is like kind of like the crowning card for when we do our tarot spreads. We have this card, Life Laundromat, which is choose your own destiny. Choices, destiny, and consequences. The choice is yours. To acknowledge the self-sabotaging ways, to acknowledge the devil on your shoulder, to acknowledge the shadow side of yourself, that when these negative thoughts coming up, are you being active in them, transforming them into more affirmative type of uplifting verbiage, like when you're talking to yourself, and also addressing where are these thoughts coming from. We need to acknowledge these negative thoughts. You know, it's part of being human. You're not always going to have positive moments. You can't always take something that is sad and make it positive. You can't always twist that around. You can't always transform it. You have to sit with these emotions and honor them and give them time to process. You know, don't be afraid of these emotions. Getting angry, sometimes being angry can motivate you for this change. Be like, I'm tired of this and I'm ready for this change to happen. You can use that as transformation. It's one of my favorite things, is use anger to do so, you know. And it's usually just like anger, and just don't direct it at a certain person. That's kind of like where it goes for me. But yeah, so that is the reading for this full moon in Scorpio. It was one glitch during this Mercury retrograde season, which I'll take it because that wasn't like it was deleted, because that would have so much. But let me know what you thought of this video. Let me know if the music was okay, if my voice counteracted that, if it was a struggle to hear me. I know I don't have the loudest of voice. I tried to make sure, like, I've been trying to make sure that I've kept like my mic close to me, making sure I'm clear. I'm checking the gain on it to make sure it was actually, if that would have sucked. I did test it. Before I recorded this video, I did test it. I can't know, it still looks like I'm not looking at you guys, I swear. Whatever, I have to change this setting. I know what I have to do to fix it. But other than that, I hope that, you know, that works. Drop a comment, drop a like, share with a friend, anyone you might think would like this video. You know the spiel here on YouTube. But it's good to be back. Expect more videos coming up, not just tarot reading videos. It will be tarot related. All my tarot focused content will be here living on YouTube, from shorts and videos and lives, which I'm going live. I'm trying to keep that as a routine and a habit too. Going live here on YouTube every Monday around 12. I'm trying to do it around 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, or I think we're in Central Daylight Time right now, but Chicago time. It'll always be, you'll find it somewhere in Discord and on my socials, mostly just on YouTube and mostly on Discord, honestly. Twitter, I wouldn't focus on Twitter or Instagram anymore, being my main accounts at the moment. But I think that's about it. Thank you for being here with me, and I appreciate it so much. Yeah, And I hope you have a wonderful full moon, whether I see you not, whether I see you there for the new moon, or the full moon group ritual. I hope you have a wonderful night, get some rest, take it easy if you can that day, and I will see you when I see you next. Bye!